is Jay. Welcome back to the channel. So guys, yesterday Hasbro held their final live stream of 2022 and they ended off the season with a bang. I gotta tell you guys, I was super excited to see so many different X-Men being revealed at this live stream, and I wanted to share these images with you guys. My thoughts on this are very, very much one-sided, I have to say, but then again, I really did love this particular issue which these characters were based on. Guys, if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I post 2 episodes a week, and I hope you guys will enjoy. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you guys will always know when new episodes are posted. Well, guys, without further ado, let's take a deep dive into this particular, issue-based action figure series set and why I am super excited about this, and I hope you guys are too. Let's have a look. This news comes to us from news.toyark.com. They're a great resource for toy news all year round. Definitely give them a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. So yeah, guys, according to this article here, Marvel Legends End of Year 2022 live stream was presented to us by Tony Bacala under Marvel Toy News. They did go ahead. The team of Dwight, Ryan, and Dan wrapped up the late year Marvel livestream, and guys, I gotta tell you, some of the reveals that they showcased were absolutely freaking insane. Yes, indeed, there we have the whole team all together, just getting ready for the holidays, but just before leaving for 2022, moving into 2023, Marvel decided to showcase everything that they had coming up, and I gotta tell you guys, some of the stuff that was on display really was killer. They showcased all of their newest releases, including the Hasbro Legends series X-Men Villains figure, which is currently on sale on Hasbro Pulse. This is a great set, and if you guys haven't already, definitely check it out. It's available on Hasbro Pulse right now for $124.99 for the pre-order. Guys, don't sleep on this. It's a great set to have if you are really into Marvel Legends and, of course, X-Force. But the real reveals happened during the rest of the stream. They are releasing the training suit X-Men. Holy crap, everybody. A little bit of the history of these suits. They were featured in the giant size 275th issue celebrating the X-Men, and this was an amazing spread by Jubilee. We can see all of the X-Men here in their training uniforms: Banshee, Gambit, Forge, Psylocke, Wolverine, Jubilee, and of course, Storm. We also have another character here who I'm hoping will eventually be released as he appears here. It is in fact Professor X in his battle armor. We can also see surrounding characters in the background, many of them villains, but also heroes. Guys, this was a huge issue at the time and still remains to be one of the best spreads ever created by Jim Lee. Holy crap, guys, this is incredible. These high resolution photos come courtesy of Rogers & Co and PMK. I want to thank them for the opportunity. Guys, thank you so much. This is amazing. Here we go. It is Banshee. Oh my gosh. Now, Banshee, for a lot of you who don't know, really came up in the series around the mid 80s to 90s. And honestly, he's just one of those characters who is not as well known as he was at the time. He uses his voice to actually propel himself through the air, and his character was actually immortalized on film in X-Men First Class. He does have these wonderful soft goods. I don't know what to call them. They're wings, I guess? A cape? It's really hard to say, but they do help him fly through the air, and he's able to continually stay in the air because of his mutant power, which of course is a scream. He also uses this scream power to incapacitate his enemies, and I love the fact that they finally decided to actually give him a decent head sculpt on the screaming version, because as many of us know, his counterpart Siren did not come with a screaming head, which is kind of a shame. I love the fact that they kept his sideburns so indicative of Sean. I love it. It's so great. Honestly, I'm very, very excited to get this character. His screaming head does not have his sideburns, though. That to me is a bit of a missed opportunity. I really would have liked to see the complete version of screaming head along with his sideburns. But the fact that we do get both versions of his head sculpt, I'm really excited about this. This is going to be amazing. We also have Gambit in his training uniform. Now, Gambit has always been that, obviously, a rogue character, no pun intended, but he does have that wonderful feature. And it was almost impossible to get him into any other costume other than his, big, huge, long trench coat. Seeing him here in this traditional training uniform really does bring back so many good memories of that issue. I love the fact that, he's got a brand new head sculpt. This is just a beautiful version with, of course, the butterfly joints. He's still got his satchel and, of course, his signature bow, that's easy to do. I mean, like, they basically just reissue those parts. And of course, his charged up card, I'm loving it. You know, this effect here with the cards coming right out of his fingertips, it's kind of a hit and miss for me. I do like the way, you know, it sort of looks, but it really is a one-time gimmick. I do love the new posing on most of these bodies. Now, a lot of them are probably shared across the line, but the overall look of the design really harkens back to that one issue, and I'm really, really in love with it. Remy does look super cool here, and you know what? It's just another wonderful addition to the set. Here we have one of my personal favorites, Psylocke. Now, Psylocke has always been a personal favorite of mine throughout the X-Men comics. She was at one point known as Betsy Braddock. Well, she's still Betsy Braddock. I mean, like, that, it's never changed. But she was captured by ninjas, you know, augmented to look Asian. You know, like, her story is kind of weird and at the same time inspiring in so many different levels. She literally championed her overall training after being captured and has become one of the most deadliest assassins who also just happens to have psychic powers. She looks so great here. And you know what? You could argue that it's really actually just a lazy way of doing these since they're all pretty much the same across the board. But at the same time, you know, it really does encapsulate how interesting the X-Men characters are, that everyone remembers this particular issue. Psylocke here looks so well put together. I love the way, you know, they've redesigned her face, because this is not the original face that they had on previous versions of Psylocke. She comes here with this psychic sword, her katana. I've been waiting for a decent Psylocke for a while now. I missed no opportunities to get her in the Marvel Legends series, and I really am hoping that the Mafex edition will get re-released. But until then, this is going to be my go-to Psylocke. She looks amazing. Obviously, she has her psychic knife here as well. Honestly, I'm really, really excited to have a second chance at getting Psylocke. Holy crap. They come in a 3-pack, as you can see here. Although I personally am into all 3 of these characters and I'm super excited to get them, I am wondering if everyone's going to be excited to get all 3 of these characters at the same time for quite the price point, I gotta tell you. This is not going to be cheap. These guys are going to cost quite a bit as a set. According to the press release, these sets are going to cost $77.99 USD. Oh my goodness, that's going to be quite the owie for a lot of people. However, in my opinion, these guys look so great, and I wouldn't want to break up the set, so I'm super happy that these guys are coming to the collection. However, that is quite the price to pay for these 3 figures in this specific style for basically only one issue of the book. But I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. We see here that they are collected with all their additional accessories. We can see swappable hands, all the accessories we mentioned before. It is interesting that Sean is the only one who has the least number of accessories. However, I guess they're counting the soft goods as an accessory itself. The packaging design is wonderfully designed. I do love the way it looks, harkening very much back to that giant-sized issue 275, which you can see in the background. Guys, this is so great. I can't wait until we get this into our collections. A second release was also announced, and honestly, this really will complete the entire collection, and I'm super excited that this is happening. It starts off with, yes indeed, the Master of Mechanism. It's Forge, everybody. Holy crap. Now, I'll be the first to admit I don't know enough about Forge to really give any real commentary, but he's always had this signature look, you know, that bandana on his head, the fact that he's, you know, half mechanized. Honestly, I really do appreciate the way they designed this character. He looks amazing in this version, and I've seen versions of Marvel Legends Forges before. If you look at the battle sequence alone in that comic book, I think you'll agree that it was one of the best sequences ever. Jim Lee really did have a knack for drawing battle sequences, and you know, his entire frescoes, the whole spreads of multiple characters on one page. I'm hard pressed to find anybody else who was able to do it the way he did it. And seriously, the way he designed characters is one of the reasons why I love Marvel action figures and Marvel Legends as long as I have. So I'm really excited to be able to get a chance at getting Forge. Holy crap. And then of course we do have Storm. Yes, Aurora. I really like this version of Aurora. Her hairstyle, she's had multiple hairstyles throughout the years, but this one with this scheme is just so great. And again, you could argue that the female bodies and the male bodies are more or less the same, and you know, this is just a lazy, you know, a pretty lazy of Marvel just to like replace the heads. But I love it. I love the fact that we're getting a chance to get all these figures in one go. You know, Storm here looks great. Again, the lightning effect, you can take it or leave it, but seriously, how else would you do this effect? She doesn't come with, at least in this version, with a cape like Banshee, but to be honest with you, she looks so well put together here, and I don't think she did too much flying in that issue that I can recall. Again, she's the leader of the X-Men around this time, and she looks absolutely stunning here in plastic form. I can't wait until we get our hands on Storm. And rounding off the figures, it is indeed one of my personal favorites, Jubilee. Oh, the jubilation. Seriously, here was one of her defining moments as a character. Again, she was always the the up-and-coming future of the X-Men, and in this issue, she really held her own. Here she has pretty much everything that she's come with before, her signature shades, her bubblegum head sculpt, but I love the hairstyle, I love the little X-Men earrings. This is awesome, and again, it's a smaller statured female Buck, so you know what, you could say that this is a reuse, but this one is very unique to Jubilee, and I love the fact that they've actually brought it for this giant-sized 275th issue, celebrating that issue alone. Again, I am a huge fan of Jim Lee, and this particular character is so signature to his, history, and I love the fact that they've brought her back, especially for this set. She comes with additional accessories, including these, I'm not going to call them blast effects, I guess they're like, jubilation charge effects, that kind of idea. She also comes with a second head sculpt without the bubblegum. She looks so youthful and exuberant, but I've always loved this version of Jubilee, so full of energy, so full of life, so full of hope. And that's one of the things that X-Men have been all about, the fact that people can come together, different cultures, different races, different mutants. And that's one of the real reasons why I love X-Men so much. This comes bundled as a 3-pack, as we can see here. Not too much, you could argue they don't have as many accessories in this pack, but I think the accumulation of the set really is the sum of its parts. I love the way they put this together. Yeah, compared to the other set, it doesn't actually have nearly as many accessories. You could argue that Jubilee has the most number of accessories, but honestly, I do love the way this set looks, and I'm super excited to be able to get this in 2023. Love the packaging designs. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited about what the future is for Marvel Legends if they keep making great figures that look this good. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm sorry to say, but this is definitely a freeze frame in time, honestly. This action figure set really is based off of pretty much one single episode. Almost legendary in status, honestly. 275 of X-Men. And honestly, Uncanny X-Men really was a series which I really fell in love with when I was a kid. And yeah, seeing this anniversary set, if you will, really does give me those feelings from back then. I really enjoy seeing all these X-Men in their training uniforms. It really is a must-have if you're an X-Men fan from the 90s. You guys will not regret picking this up. I am for sure going to be saving up my pennies to pick this up. $77.99, yeah, it's a big ask, but you know what? You get 3 figures each. They all look amazing in their costumes, and I have to say, I'm super excited to get each and every one of these into my collection. But guys, let me know in the comment section below, what did you think of this new announcement from Hasbro, and this being their very last live stream? What do you think they have in store for 2023 outside of their announcements for live streams? I think we're going to see many more properties being announced in the coming months, and I hope that we see much more in terms of Marvel Legends, Star Wars, and of course, G.I. Joe. I can't wait, guys. It's going to be great in 2023. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please do leave me a like. It really helps me out. And if you're in the position to help out the channel, please consider checking out my Patreon page. It's MegaJ Retro on Patreon. The Patrons here help me to produce episodes every single week, and I really couldn't do it without them. Guys, you are the best. Thank you so much. Guys, I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Keep proud. I want to give a huge shout out to all my Patreon and channel member supporters. Thank you so much, everybody. It's thanks to your support that this channel continues to grow, and I really could not have done this without you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for your support, guys. It really means a lot and really helps the channel to keep growing.